All right, shalom, shalom. Of course, all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kadash. Love to say shalom, Washem Kabad, Gawala Rakab, Zakoyim Nawa, Wahashala Yakim Nawa, which is double honors to our elders and to our apostles, Great Millstone, and shalom wa barakim, labakarim shah yasha, which is peace and blessings unto the elects of the nation of Israel. All right, I'm the brother Dawadah from the DC Church. Of course, back with another article through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. All right, reporting and comparing spiritual things and the spiritual. Okay, but man, this is crazy right here. You know, I had to put this on wax. It says the entire emergency response team of Buffalo Police Department resigns over suspension of cops who pushed elderly protester. Now, I don't know if you brothers actually saw this video, but as you can see, there's a elderly man. All right, I think they actually have it on here. Let me scroll down just a little bit. It's a lot. Nope. All right, but if you, Lord willing, I'll post this article in the description. But in the video, basically, the elderly man gets pushed by one of the officers. All right, and those two officers that wound up pushing him actually got suspended without pay. Mind you, these aren't your regular officers. As you can read in the title again, it says entire emergency response team of Buffalo Police Department. So this is the emergency response team. This is a team made up of 57 members. And guess what? All 57 of them actually quit. All right. Actually quit their jobs due to these two men getting suspended. So you got these police officers, all right, sticking together, man. Okay. They not even trying to put up with the BS, man. All right. Their lives are stressed out because of what's going on in the world. Okay. Because of this, not only this worldwide pandemic, all right, but you got all these protesters, man. All right. They're fed up. It says entire emergency response. I got to read it one more time. Entire emergency response team of Buffalo Police Department resigns over suspension of cops who push elderly man. All 57 members of Buffalo Police Department's emergency response team have quit their unit in protest after two officers were suspended without pay over their unprovoked attack on an elderly peaceful protester. The officers resigned from their positions en masse on Friday after their colleagues were suspended without pay the previous night as a show of support and disgust. Okay, so now you're going to have these people running rampant with no response team to respond, all right, to these looters, okay, to respond to these protesters, okay, which is only in turn going to cause what? More chaos. All right, it says local media reported they have not quit the police department entirely. However, the Erie County District Attorney is investigating an incident caught on video in which two members of the emergency response team had pushed a 75-year-old demonstrator on the ground in the process of clearing the area in the front of Buffalo City Hall. While they initially claimed the man fell, video later emerged showing the men shoving him with apparent provocation. Okay, so it says victim Martin Gugino, reportedly a longtime activist well known in the community, is hospitalized after. And you know, when you see the video, these Edomites are soft as hell, man. You know, they really didn't touch that guy. You know, they really didn't even push him that hard. Okay, but it says reportedly a long time ago, activist well known in the community is hospitalized and said to be in serious and stable condition. Erie County Executive Mark Palonakarts, he said, exceptionally disappointed about the state of resignations, as it indicates to me that they did not see anything wrong with the officers' actions. The mayor of Buffalo, Bronson Browns, meanwhile, said the city had contingency plans in place to maintain police services while the matter is sorted out. Okay, so they have to call the backup, all right, for the backup. These people were the backup, all right? These people are the emergency response team, okay? But now they got to call their backups backup, okay? Just to make up for these 57 officers plus the 2 that got fired, okay, or the 2 that got suspended, all right, which is 59 officers, just to make up for them, man. Like I said, it's only going to allow for more chaos. It says New York Governor Andrew Cuomo has called the Buffalo police chief to fire the 2 officers involved in the incident, calling it fundamentally offensive and frightening. The police union has defended the officers' actions, claiming they were merely following orders to clear the square for curfew. While it has pledged to pay for those officers' legal defense, the union announced on Friday that it would no longer cover legal fees going forward for other police officers involved in an ongoing protest against police brutality, an announcement likely linked to the 57 officers' decision to step down from their riot control team. You see that? So, although they covered the 2 guys, all right, on their legal fees, everybody else, they say, you know what, we're not covering these people no more. If anybody else gets involved in a legal dispute, you know, then you on your own. You know, so these people, these officers said to hell with that, you know, and they just left, man. All right. And this is showing you, man, that, you know, when the scriptures say they shall not regard their kings nor princes. Matter of fact, let me just get it. Of course, we got to jump to the scriptures. This is 2nd Ezra, and I'm going to just get straight to the point. 2nd Ezra 15 and verse, actually, I want to start at verse 15. It says, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another. Because essentially, what these protests are going to lead to is civil war. Because a lot of these people who are provoking the police, all right, and who are doing these mass lootings and lighting things on fire are actually Edomites, you know, so-called white people, all right? You would think that it's Jake doing this or Jake acting out because they putting it on the media that Jake is the one, okay? When I say Jake, of course, I'm talking about so-called blacks, all right, Latinos, okay, and Native Americans. But in actuality, it's these white people, man. All right, so-called white people, okay? These Edomites who are lighting things on fire, looting, vandalizing places, spray painting Black Lives Matter. All right, it's these people. All right, they can never do right. All right, this is why the scriptures say they are enemies, man. Verse 15, it says, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand to fight up against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And that's the main point right there, because it says what? The course of their actions are going to stand in their own power. There's not going to be a police force. There's not going to be anybody to hold them back from causing anarchy, okay? All out chaos. And the 57 or 59 officers, all right, or the 57 officers that resigned and the 2 that got put on suspension, that's an example, man, of how the course of their actions is going to stand in their hand, because there's not going to be a force to stop them, okay? They're not going to regard their kings nor princes, okay? And let me see if that was it on that. Yeah, that was pretty much it on that, all right? They're not going to regard their kings nor their princes, okay? They're not going to have reverence towards them, all right? So there's going to be a great insurrection. Let's get that next, all right? This is 2nd Ezra chapter. Matter of fact, let me go up a little bit. Let me actually start at verse 30. I think it's like 30. There you go. Yeah, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 33. It says, the virgin shall mourn, having no bridegroom, and the woman shall mourn, having no husbands, and their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. All right. And the wars Their bridegroom shall be destroyed, and their husband shall perish of famine. So these are all of the terrible things that the scriptures is prophesying to come to America. All right, these are all of the things that we actually see the tokens of it happening and speaking right now. Okay, as these protests and these riots erupt, these lootings, these mass lootings. All right, you had the Dodge dealership get looted. All right, where you had 50 plus cars being stolen. These we talking about $100,000 cars, man. You got what is it called? The jewelry store, ice box getting looted. People stealing bus downs, and you know, it's getting crazy, man. All right, it's been serious, okay, and it's getting even more serious. All right. But these are the times that we're coming into, and we need to continuously prepare our minds and prepare our spirits. Okay, how do we do that? By staying in His Word. Verse 34: In the wars they shall their bridegroom be destroyed, and their husband shall perish of famine. Hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. Behold, the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. Okay, so believe not these gods of whom the Lord spake of, being false powers. All right. It says, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. All right. And it says, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her. And this is where we at right now. We're in those 2 or 3 hours, man, where those great pains are compassing the world. Okay, which pains when the child come forth, they slack not. All right. So when the Lord brings these prophecies, when He brings the famine, death, destruction, sedition among men, the uprising and great insurrection, it's not gonna slack a moment. Okay, and right now it's looking like that can happen at any moment. You know, seeing what's going on right now in the world. Okay, it's not looking like things are going to head back to normal anytime soon. Okay, but guess what? Like I mentioned, these are the tokens, man. Let me get real quick. I'm going to jump to the book of 2 Ezra chapter 5 and verse 1. Nevertheless, as coming, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be concerning. You know, this app, for some reason, it says coming, but in my scriptures, it says concerning. You know, but it says, nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, behold, the day shall come that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. Okay, and this is what's happening. All right, the land is soon going to be barren of faith. All right, you see, YouTube has been cracking down a lot more heavier. Okay. And right now, they're looking to completely dissipate, okay, social media. They're looking to get rid of it, man. All right. They're looking to completely get rid of social media altogether. Okay. And that's going to cause what? That famine of the word. All right. And these people to be barren of faith. All right. Well, these people were already barren of faith. But it says, well, I'm going to just read it one more time. And they shall be, nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, behold, the day shall come that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, the land shall be barren of faith. But iniquity shall be increased above that which thou now seest, or that which thou heard long ago. And the land that thou now seest to have root, shalt thou see wasted suddenly. Okay, because everything that's happened is ultimately leading unto that moment, unto the dividing of times and the end of Esau's age, rulership, and eon. Okay, it's the end, man. We're in that time. Your time's up, man. All right, the clock is ticking and the time is up. Okay, Matthew chapter 24. I'm gonna just get this last precept and I'm gonna close right out. Matthew 24 and verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences. All right, which the pestilence, you have what? A global pandemic going on right now. Okay, which is this COVID-19, the coronavirus. All right, you also have famines. Okay, famines as far as there being a lack of resources due to a lot of these lootings. All right, due to these people breaking down and burning down these local grocery stores. Okay, it says an earthquake. There's numerous amount of earthquakes in diverse places. All right, I think it was the beginning of 2020 where you had I forget the exact amount, but there was a innumerable amount of earthquakes over there in Puerto Rico. Okay, and these are the beginning of sorrows. Matthew 24:8. Verse 9, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted and kill you, and ye shall be hated of all the nations for my name's sake. So this is the cross, or the cost that we have counted, all right, as being men of the Lord, okay, that we may be put to death for our integrity, okay, that we may be put to death for our faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and standing stiffly by it, all right. But guess what? That's okay, man, because we understand that the Lord is going to bring us back, all right, and he's going to redeem our souls, okay, all by us trusting, believing, and having faith in his spirit. Hey, so with that, I hope that this was edifying. And to the elect, of course, I want to give all praise to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Hashem Kakadash. Till next time, shalom, brothers.